Hello everybody and welcome to episode 7 of Podcast Recast, the podcast where we
recast your favourite films. Every week we'll pick one of your favourite films and recast them as though they were being remade today.
The rules are very simple.
Yes.
We are not allowed to use any of the previous cast.
That's right, and we get one time machine card, and what this lets us do is it lets us take one actor and age them, bring them back for the dead, or make them younger to play the role we see them fit.
Under no circumstances are we allowed to use Andy Serkis because he is the best actor ever.
Ever.
This week it's part 2 of our Lord of the Rings. Last week we cast the Fellowship.
Yeah.
And we had as... Who did we have to forget?
We're not going to go through them.
Yeah, we'll just go through it again quickly. We had Aragorn, we had Oded Fair from The Mummy. For Legolas, we had Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
For Gimli, we had that nutty bloke from Game of Thrones.
Christopher Hivju.
For Boromir, we had Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
For Gandalf, we had
Eric Bana.
Time Machined.
Mm-hmm. For
Merry and Pippin, we had from Flight of the Conchords.
Brett and Jermaine.
And for Frodo and Sam, we had
Kit Harington and John Bradley.
So this for part 2, we're going to be casting the rest of the cast, which is going to be Faramir, Theoden, Eomer, Eowyn, Arwen, Saruman, Galadriel, Elrond, and Gollum.
We'll try our best.
Excellent. Right, so
who do you want to start with? You seemed pretty keen on your Faramir.
I'm
pretty excited.
I've nailed my Faramir.
Okay.
Right, who is Faramir?
He's a guy with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, but who is he?
He's you keep saying that. Who is he? He's
Boromir's brother.
Yeah.
So it's got to be Liam Hemsworth.
I put Liam Hemsworth.
Yes.
Cabbage Patch.
Oh,
Liam Hemsworth.
Oh,
Yeah.
superb.
I mean, it was as destined to be.
I think that's perfect.
And he's the slightly less good looking, slightly less buff brother. Yeah, I totally see it.
Straight away. Got to be
Liam Hemsworth.
And Boromir dies in the first one. Spoiler. So you got to have a different Hemsworth, haven't you?
Yeah, spoiler is kind of redundant when you say it after the spoiler.
Oh yeah. Well.
Whatever.
Yeah.
You have to have seen Lord of the Rings by now.
He didn't make it out, actually, does he?
I don't know. It's kind of left ambiguous.
I know he does, doesn't he? He does, yeah, because it's the House of Healing. And yeah, I forgot about that.
Okay, so Faramir quickly done. Thank you, wonderful. Theoden, King of Rohan.
Theoden, weirdly, he's a bit of a... He's quite a complex character in many, many ways.
Very much so.
He
is troubled. He's a very troubled man. He doesn't know where he owes his allegiance. Does he owe his allegiance to his people or to man as a species?
He's trying to do the right thing, but he doesn't quite know what the right thing to do is. Yeah. I feel for him. Like, you don't know whether... Yeah. Like, they didn't tell me. Why should we ride to the people that didn't come to our race? Yeah. And then and then when he's getting the armour on, and he's got his damn good speech as well.
He does. In many ways, he's one of the most interesting characters in Lord of the Rings because he's so troubled and he's so confused with what is the right thing. In trying to do the right thing, he sometimes does the wrong thing. Yeah. So yeah, definitely. So who have you gone for? Who can do that?
I was thinking of the speeches, and I thought who could play that really well. And I'll tell you where my mind went, because I went to somebody first and I thought, actually, do you know what? We can't do that. But you need to have somebody like him. I initially actually thought, I want Idris Elba. Somebody like Idris Elba, because he's got the damn good voice. He's got the acting chops for it. He could play that role really well. He's the right age. Yeah. But Idris Elba's black.
So this is an issue. Why?
But it doesn't fit into Lord of the Rings. It's like you can't...
But why? Because why does it... Why not in Lord... So, I don't get that.
It's a parallel Europe.
Yeah.
And
I guess.
And you wouldn't have a black king.
Yeah, it is. I mean, all of Middle Earth is supposed to be. Yeah,
that's right. That's true. Yeah, that's not. Yeah.
Fair enough.
But we still know Idris Elba. I thought would be great as that, but I know we cast him as our Bond. So I was kind of like, who else could we get to play Idris Elba? Who can do that sort of level of speech? Then I had a little sort of one of those ones that just comes to you straight away. Stephen Lang, who plays Miles Quadrich in Avatar. Great movie. Fucking love Avatar.
You're not in Kansas anymore.
That guy. And he's got that look in his eye, and he was in that Terra Firma TV series, that short-lived thing, but it wasn't very good. But he was playing a good guy in that, and it was quite nice to see him play a positive person. I think he can bring those two together, and he can deliver a hell of a speech.
Yeah, he can definitely deliver the speeches. I'm pretty pleased with mine, and I think what we discussed earlier about this, you know, Theoden being one of the more complicated, more complex characters in the story, this actor has shown definite chops for a character who you are not sure what to feel about him. Bryan Cranston as Theoden.
Oh, you've nailed it. You've utterly nailed it.
He can deliver the speeches with such ferocity and viciousness as well, and he can at once be, you know,
he can grow a beard
strong.
too,
He can grow a beard. He can be strong and powerful and trustworthy, and then be vulnerable as well. And he plays that. You know, in obviously in Breaking Bad, he's a character he's trying to do the right thing by his family, then by himself. Then, you know, the lines of morality are completely blurred, and he himself, he doesn't know what he wants and what he's gunning for sometimes. So that troubled character and still bringing a strength, I really think Bryan Cranston can.
I think you've utterly nailed that there. Bryan Cranston has got to be. That's such good casting. That really is.
Okay.
That's sweet. I can see it. I can see Walter White as well.
Walter White, you know, delivering that speech on Pelennor Fields as well. And Bryan Cranston could do that.
Yeah. And he can do a British accent as well.
Yeah, you know, he's a very talented actor.
Oh, I like that.
Okay.
What about Éomer? Éomer's a badass, isn't he?
He's a cool guy. He's cool, definitely. I've gone for another Norwegian actor. I mean, the thing is, the Rohirrim are basically Vikings.
Vikings on horses. That's what they always
exactly.
said.
I mean, they're so I think it's appropriate. I've cast Alexander Skarsgard.
Oh yeah.
He's just the badass Norwegian guy.
True blood. He's Swedish, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh yes, true. Yeah, he's Swedish.
Vikings, we'll say.
Yeah, Scandinavians. I have a lot of Scandinavian friends. They won't be happy about that. Yeah, so
He's
Alexander
in
Skarsgård.
that
He's
Tarzan film, isn't he?
He is. He's also playing new Tarzan. Yeah, he's huge. He's buffed up. He could definitely play an action hero. I see him as Éomer. Yeah, I just think he'd be a competent Éomer.
It's quite a small role, but he does quite a lot with it, and like, when he turns up on top of the hill, they all charge down. Not alone.
On the first night of the 5th day, look to the east.
Oh, and they just charge. And even like in Bryan Cranston's,
there you go.
Even in the speech, like the he sort of shouts flank ready, and he's with him. He's a great character.
What's the name of the guy who does it? The original.
Carl Urban. I
think he does a great job,
God,
actually. Because, like you mentioned, it's a small role, but Carl Urban still makes Éomer feel important.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah,
I like Carl Urban. Yeah, I've got an awful lot of time for. He's in a lot of good stuff, actually. When you think about, he's a great supporting actor, like things like Star Trek.
He's great in Star Trek. Bones. Yeah. He's fantastic.
Well, I've gone for somebody who's been in a film recently, where it's a similar sort of role. You almost expect it to be a bit bigger, but he's still, people come out talking about it. Oh, he's quite cool, but he's only in literally 2-3 scenes. Poe Dameron, Oscar Isaac.
Oh wow!
Because
I love Oscar Isaac. He's my new favorite actor.
He's cool.
Great.
He's cool.
He's got it. Whatever it is, he has it.
He's sick. He's yeah.
As Poe, I mean, Poe is amazing in Star Wars. He embodies everything that is Star Wars. He's got the action, he's got the humor, the quips, everything.
But he's not actually in a huge amount. He's got
he's got a really small role, but
the opening scene.
I mean, I say this, and I'm putting this in my written review for Star Wars: Force Awakens. The moment in the movie where I was spoiler for Star Wars. It's like minor spoiler. This gives no plot away, but it's in the first 10 minutes when he gets captured by Kylo and the Stormtroopers, and there's that moment of silence. Everything's really heavy, a lot of drama, and he sits down and kneels and he goes, So do I talk first? Do you talk first? How does it work? I can't tell behind that mask. That little joke, that little quip, and I was instantly transported to Star Wars because it's the humor that partly makes Star Wars what it is, and there was none of that in the prequels. And just that moment, that's when I woke up in my seat and I said, "Wow, okay, I am watching the sequel to Star Wars. This is the actual sequel to Star Wars." That was a big moment for me.
I thought he's sick. He's sick.
I mean, he's a bit like me. He's got slightly, olive skin. He looks Mediterranean rather than Norwegian. I really love Oscar Isaac, and I would love to put him in that role. Do you think it works?
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because even Carl Urban, he's not... Let's look him up. So we're not looking to find the actor who looks most like Carl Urban. But Carl Urban's a bit...
Yeah?
So, I mean, he's got... You know what he's got? He's got Mediterranean eyebrows.
Yeah. It's just Oscar Isaac looks way more Italian or Spanish. And I don't know if he's got... he looks more Indian, almost.
Tell you what, won't call Olive because she didn't answer last time. We'll rock paper scissors.
Okay.
Rock, paper,
I
scissors.
do like it though. I really because I love Oscar Isaac.
They're both
as an
good
actor.
people. They're both.
Rock paper scissors. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Ready?
So on three.
On three.
1,
2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes. Okay. All right. Okay. So Alexander Skarsgård for Elmer.
Yeah, it's a good choice. Good choice.
Eowyn. So the one I cast, we've already cast her before in one of our previous episodes, but Eowyn to me, well, who is it? Who is Eowyn, Ali? Who is Eowyn?
She is no man.
She is no man.
She's actually got quite a complex story because she likes Aragorn, but at the same time she's a little bit like, but you're with the elf and I'm not a homewrecker, but oh god, I like you. There's that sort of thing.
Things I would do to you.
But it's not too. She's not aggressive about it. It's just something that.
Yeah, but she's a fighter. I mean, she's fundamentally a fighter, right? And she feels out of place because the other men don't believe her as a fighter. When in many ways she's more competent fighter than the vast majority of them.
How much she grabs the hobbit as they go.
Yeah, I mean she's a badass basically. But she's still, like when the Witch King sort of stands up, she looks terrified.
Yeah, she's feminine, but she's not feeble.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's feminine, but she's a badass.
Yeah.
So I picked Ronda Rousey, because she also looks Scandinavian almost. She's got the bleached blonde hair. She's insanely tough. She could kick the crap out of any guy, and she's very beautiful. So, and the thing is, you believe her as a fighter. You believe her as somebody who could genuinely kick someone's ass. So when she's on the battlefield, I think you'd find her credible. But she's still beautiful, and she's still got kind of Scandinavian features. So I see her as Eowyn.
All right, I'm on board with that. I didn't think of that. Yeah, because the person I put was a time machined Jessica Chastain.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
but she compared to
why time machined?
Because Eowyn is quite young, and there's a slight innocence about her, whereas
Chastain isn't that old.
No, she's not that old. But I would want her to go back to Firefly Chastain.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, I like that too. She seems too feminine and fragile to me.
Modern, a bit modern face as well. I think Rousey. The other person I was thinking of as well, but I thought it's too was that girl from Vikings.
I watched the first 10 minutes of Vikings and then switched it off forever.
Really?
I will never watch that series again.
It gets really good.
I just can't.
It genuinely gets really good. It finds its feet and goes, okay, we're not just trying to rip off Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones. It actually it finds its own little path.
Okay, I might give it a shot. I've got too many good things I'm watching right now, but yeah. We'll see.
Alright, okay, so I'm up for that. Ronda Rousey, yeah.
Done.
Bad luck to whoever's playing the Witch King, because...
So, next we have Arwen.
Arwen, played by Liv Tyler. I went for, actually, let me just make sure I got the right one. I went for Olivia Wilde.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Let me just make sure it's the right Olivia first.
Why?
Yeah, it's right, Olivia. I get confused between Olivia Wilde and Olivia Munn.
Olivia Wilde. I see it. She's beautiful. She almost looks elven and got that
transparent.
Slightly, yeah,
she
pure.
I went for
pure. I know about pure. She looks a bit. She's got a bit of a fox look, doesn't she?
Yeah,
she looks foxy.
Bit of cat eyes.
Yeah.
But I think she would. I think she would play a good elf.
Yes.
And Liv Tyler is an underrated person in that film. I feel a bit sorry for her because she was in all that Battle of Helm's Deep stuff and they had to CGI her out.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that would have worked, but I felt a little bit sorry for her. Sorry, I've got to stand up. I've got an Apple Watch and it tells me to stand up every so often.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Apple Watch is it's amazing. You can tell the time.
Special. Okay.
Yeah. So anyway,
Arwen.
I went for Olivia Wilde.
I like yours better than mine. I picked one, just the woman who I think the most. Arwen is supposed to be like the embodiment of elves, right? She's the spirit of the what's it called?
The Rivendell elves.
Yeah, exactly, and she is very much the.
If you want
standard bearer
come
of,
and claim
yeah, and she's got this,
sequence.
but she's this tough elf. She's a badass elf, and she's got attitude, but she's beautiful and also really vulnerable. And I once again dipped into the pool of Game of Thrones, and I pulled out Natalie Dormer. I think she looks like an elf, basically, and I think
she's in that new Hunger Games film as well.
Yeah, she's in the new Hunger. So she can definitely play a toughie. She's definitely beautiful. I think she's credible as an elf. Yeah, so it was pretty much it. I didn't have any other kind of deep thing behind picking her.
I was thinking because that sequence where when they're riding on the horses, that's
a big one. That's
quite a badass scene. This is what I love about Lord of the Rings. There's
so many great moments like that.
Yeah, it's just lots of great moments that you can't go. Oh, remember that bit? Remember that bit? Like the bit on the horses. That's a
and
cool
when she pulls in the spell and there's the giant tidal wave of stallions just.
That's magic done well. The whole thing is magic done well.
So Olivia Wilde. I'm down with Olivia Wilde.
All right, should we go on for the next one? We've got the cast is Saruman.
Oh wait, should we do the other elves if we're doing the elves?
Let's do the other elves.
End on the villains.
Only because I mean they're. Like, who do you go for? Do you go for Elrond next?
Elrond, yeah.
I've
picked a weird one.
Okay. When I think of Elrond, do you know what I think of?
Who?
I think of two things about Elrond. I think, my God, he's got a square head. And I also think of that in the behind the scenes, that bizarre hairdo he had in some of the shots that they changed.
What?
You know, at
I don't remember that.
The end of the third one, they shot Hugo Weaving with like these bizarre, like weird hairstyle. And you watch the behind the scenes clips, you're like, well, that's just ridiculous. And so they reshot it to kind of remove that. But I think my first thought was, right, he's got a really square head. And then my thought instantly went to Kurt Russell. That's who I thought of as Elrond.
That's not bad.
It's a weird thought pattern, but I can see him as...
I think there's something to it because we've both picked...
actors with square heads.
Well, we have. Ironically. But... what we have picked are both kind of 80s action heroes.
Oh, really?
And I picked Arnold Schwarzenegger
as he is today.
As he is today. He's got the age. He's got the grumpy. He looks grumpy, basically. When I think Elrond, I just think grumpy elf. And I think
I love this look when the hobbits appear. He's like,
that intense eyebrows. He's had so much plastic surgery done that his eyes look a bit elf-like now. Without too much explanation, I just picked Arnold Schwarzenegger as Elrond.
I think the problem with Schwarzenegger is when Schwarzenegger's on, it's Schwarzenegger.
True.
That's the thing. So.
And Kurt Russell's doing a lot right now, isn't he? He's in Hateful Eight.
He's having a bit of a resurgence.
So is Arnie. Oh, he's in that.
Maggie, is it Maggie? What's the...
Yeah, but he's in that Facebook ad for was it World War something or like that stupid app.
One of those tap games.
Yeah.
do you play any of these tap games?
No. But then it's this big thing now. They'll hire really A-list actors to promote these shitty apps. One of them, what's it called? Where they had Christoph Waltz and your man that you cast as Sam, the comedian you wanted to cast.
James Corden, yes.
James Corden. They have that for
Candy Crush. The Candy Crush.
No. It's for another one. Clash of Clans.
Oh yeah, Clash of
Clans. And then they've got Anyway, they did the one with what's her face, the famous actress for Age of War or something. That famous model. What's her name? Anyway, British. I think she's American.
No, Kate Upton. Anyway, so they're doing this there's this trend going around of that. I play a tap game, and I've had numerous emails about how great my town is. I play if anyone out there plays the Simpsons Tapped Out, right? Come and add me. Come and sort of toilet paper my town, because my town, I'm not gonna lie about it, my town is flipping spectacular. Like it is literally. I've played it for about 4 years now. It is ridiculously spectacular. I
just don't understand how beyond
massive.
a certain point, surely it's just a time sink and a money. Do you spend money on this?
Oh no, I cracked it.
Oh, you cracked it?
Well, I did just for the free donuts, but I have spent a lot of time on it. But
I just don't get the point. It's just time gated.
It is, but it's so addictive.
Free to play. I mean, yeah, but that's it. It plays to your addictive tendencies and your addictive.
And I get really upset because I feel very organised, like because
so it just plays into your OCDs. It doesn't really.
It does.
It's not really fun.
It does. I did read a positive thing about it, saying how it makes you. It puts in terms of time management. It's quite good like that.
It teaches you time management.
Like you go, all right, I'm gonna make this person do this first because that's only like 2 hours. They can set them doing the long task overnight. It's silly. I know it's addictive. I know it's geeky. I know it's sad.
Okay.
But anyway, add me on that. But anyway,
Elrond.
So Elrond. We got Kurt Russell.
Okay, I like Kurt Russell. I agree with your point that once Schwarzenegger's on screen, all you'll see is Schwarzenegger, not Elrond. Although I think he makes a better Elrond, but I take your point. So Kurt Russell it is.
All right, Galadriel.
Okay, so who is Galadriel?
She is a little scary. She's a little scary. You're not quite, that instead of a Dark Lord, you shall have a queen.
Yeah.
But she's also...
She's the most beautiful elf.
Yeah, someone that you want on she seemed otherworldly is a good description.
But she's also the queen, queen of the elves, right? Queen of the wood elves.
Those elves, yeah.
Of the wood elves. And she's been around a long time, right? She's super old, but she's eternally beautiful. And who is pushing on in their age, but still eternally beautiful? Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle Pfeiffer's a much better shout than my shout. No, I like Michelle Pfeiffer as Galadriel. I think it's better than mine. I went for Tilda Swinton.
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah, I see that as well.
Her and Kate Blanchett. They're all
they're skewed. So
they're aliens, aren't they?
Yeah, you focused more on the kind of the alien, weird, kind of more, the darker side of Galadriel, and I focused more on the kind of the beauty of Galadriel.
Do you know who actually I should have done? Who I might actually go for now? Time Machine, an aged Dakota Fanning.
Assuming Dakota Fanning ages well.
As
things are going, I don't think so.
Dakota Fanning is a clone of Kate Blanchett and Tilda Swinton mixed together, isn't she? No, I think Michelle Pfeiffer is a great shout. I'll just look her up now.
I'm down for your Tilda Swinton though.
Are you? Well,
I'm liking how creepy.
I'm switching my vote to Michelle Pfeiffer I'm thinking of her with her Stardust hat on.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. Okay. No. Michelle Pfeiffer. It is.
I'm pretty certain she's going to be in the new Wonder Woman as well.
What, as an older Wonder Woman?
No, as the as Mama Wonder Woman.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Which I think will be
the kind of the mentor.
Aphrodite? I can't remember.
I never read Wonder Woman.
I read the Joss Whedon script and it was really good, and I think Warner Brothers dropped the ball there by not putting that into production. That could have been the start of their universe.
Yeah, if you want to start off a brilliant universe, just get Joss Whedon.
Because that script, it was brilliant.
He's the man.
Cool, alright, so go for Michelle Pfeiffer. That's the...
So who are we missing now?
we're now going to do the villains. So we've got Saruman and Gollum.
Oh, yeah, we'll get to that. Saruman. So you took away my other wizard, so I'm bringing him back for this wizard. Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman is Saruman.
Gary, because actually, when I thought about it, Gary Oldman actually he looks a bit sinister, and I'm thinking of him in Fifth Element. What's his name? Zod.
Zod, yeah.
And I'm thinking of him as well in True? Oh God, where he plays the Jamaican guy, the Rasta, the kind of Rasta guy with crazy teeth.
I can see it. I know what you're
Romance, True Romance.
True Romance. That's it.
He's a crazy. He can be a crazy man, and I think he could really transform into a crazy Saruman.
Crazy is the right word for it. For who I went for. I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit over Christmas.
Oh God!
You know who I'm going for now with this?
Christopher Lloyd.
Because Christopher Lloyd,
is he too comical though?
I don't know.
He's too comical. It's too insane. Saruman he's dead serious.
Let's have a look at him now. Oh, I don't know. There. Look at him in that shot there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder. He's too pantomime-y for me. He's a bit of a caricature.
No, I'll tell you what it is, because I think generally speaking, there's.
I would like to give him a chance, though. I reckon
I think they could both do it. Gary Oldman's got small eyes, hasn't he? Whereas he's got small, unfriendly eyes. Whereas Christopher Lloyd's got quite large, friendly eyes. And with Saruman, you need somebody with the small eyes, the sort of slightly sinister side of things. So I think I'll give you your wizard. I'll give you your Gary Oldman.
Okay, we can make Christopher Lloyd Radagasta Brown.
Yes,
because that's perfect for him. Actually, the kind of crazy lunatic wizard.
Yes.
And what we'll do is we'll bring Radagasta Brown into our remake of Lord of the Rings, because he was actually originally in Fellowship.
Interesting fact for you.
Yeah.
You know, in The Hobbit,
yeah,
which I'm looking forward to our next one, but we'll do on The Hobbit.
We're not doing The Hobbit.
In The Hobbit, you know where Gandalf goes and says, "Oh, how many wizards are there?" And they talk about them, and they say, "And there's 2 blue wizards." I've completely forgotten their names. Part of that is because of the way the rights are set up. And blue wizards are mentioned by name. I don't know what the names are in the Silmarillion. That New Line couldn't say the name. New Line and Warners can't say the name of it because they don't have the rights
to Silmarillion.
But they can mention, of course, the blue wizards. Oh, I can't say their names.
Oh.
I think that might have been a subtle little,
little
dish.
We want to do the Silmarillion, but we don't have the rights yet.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did that, they should do it as some epic kind of 3-season TV series. Oh, yeah. The Silmarillion should be a TV show.
That'd be sick.
Could you imagine like a Netflix TV show?
Yeah, Netflix have got the budget. They spent like 150 on their $1 million on their Elizabeth II thing. They've got money.
Oh, they've got massive budgets. I think imagine Netflix does a Silmarillion.
Completely off topic. Have you watched Marco Polo?
No, I know of it though. Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like it. I got really into it. I'm so happy they're doing a second season. It's.
I might get into it just for the adventure. I'm a sucker for any kind of adventure stuff.
It is. It's a lot more. It is clearly heavily influenced by Game of Thrones. But it's not what I was expecting, because it's basically like but it's almost like it's very Eastern, because you've got a lot of Chinese, little Mongolian stuff happening. I enjoyed it. It was refreshing. I felt. Right, so we've got our Faramir, we've got our Theoden, our Éomer, our Éowyn, our Arwen, our Galadriel, our Elrond, our Saruman.
Last one's
Gollum. Who have you got for Gollum?
So, Ali, I've been wrecking my head over this one. Who on this planet we call Earth could play Gollum other than Andy Serkis? And you know what, Ali? I couldn't think of anyone.
Is that 4 question marks? Because I couldn't think of anyone either. No one can play Gollum better than Andy Serkis.
Nobody. It's impossible. It's illegal almost.
In fact, with our cast, because we've got the other Hemsworth, Liam Hemsworth, as Faramir. We've got as Theoden, Bryan Cranston. As Éomer, we've got... I've got who we won there.
Éomer, Alexander Skarsgard.
Alexander Skarsgård. Well, that's warming up me, actually. And then as Éowyn, we've got Ronda Rousey.
Mm-hmm.
As Arwen, we've got Olivia Wilde. As Saruman, Gary Oldman. As Radagast the Brown, Christopher Lloyd. As Galadriel, Michelle Pfeiffer. And as Elrond, Kurt Russell. But do you know what? Even those people are crap compared to Andy Serkis. So
it's true. You're right. Now that you say it, do you know what? Should we just do something crazy? Should we scrap all of them and just say Andy Serkis in a motion capture suit?
That's a great way. That's superb. Let's do that. Cool. Right. So that is our cast of Lord of the Rings.
That's done.
We have missed out a few characters. If you're a massive Wormtongue or Denethor or a Treebeard fan,
you had a Wormtongue, didn't you? So just for kicks, why didn't you just tell us who you had for Wormtongue?
I had Chris Pine, which I thought would be quite funny. I think Chris Pine, because he's an American actor, balled him up and have him there. I think he could play it quite well. I didn't have a Denethor. What other characters are there? There's Gothmog.
Come on.
Who's like Witch King. There's all sorts.
Drape.
Do you know, we may come back to a few of these when we do our Hobbit one.
It's not happening. We're not doing the Hobbit. So, okay. Well, that's been episode 7, Lord of the Rings, part 2.
Part 2. If you enjoyed this, do like us on Facebook and do comment on what films you want us to do. We've had a few requests. My personal favourite is we had a request to do Buried.
Yes, with the massive cast, the ensemble piece
of Buried, nice genre movie. So if you got any requests, do send them our way. Follow me on Twitter. I do lots of fintechy stuff, so I tweet a lot about that, but I also tweet movies and stuff. So follow me anyway. I am at Ali Patterson.
I'm at Gborgataria, and
you can find G man. Follow him
if you can find me. I write reviews for a review website called Salad Reviews. We write about video games, movies, comics, music. So you can check me out there. And on bork.com if you're looking to commission any videos for your startup, entrepreneurial venture, or SME.
Absolutely. And if you do, that's you're our sponsor this week, aren't you? Sponsors.
First I've heard.
Sweet. All right. Cheers. Oh, one other thing. Big fan of the guys at the Weekly Planet, so I'm going to give them a shout out.
Oh yeah, Weekly Planet are great. Yeah.
I want to shout out back though. I've emailed him.
Yeah. Hey.
I've tweeted.
Hey man.
Hey man, you dickhead.
Hey. Don't be a dick.
No, but big shout out to the guys at Weekly Planet because they're
our
awesome.
logo is inspired by theirs.
It is, yeah. Because they're awesome. But big shout out to those guys because we're big fans. So we'd love a little shout out, just a little one.
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, guys.
Cheers. Bye.